many of us who are beginning to awake within our consciousness. So within the research of things, first of all, you have to go into explain or define to any other individual this term and why. Okay. So go through, my brother. You were just about to screen share and give us some real hard knocks there.
Yeah, I was gonna screen share and show some of our ancestors. This screen share before I reach on the ancestors is from a temple of warriors in Chichen. Is it Chichen Itza? Okay. That's in the Americas. This right here. In this, you can see the blacks chasing out these white people. You can see that way. Because in all their iconography, the blacks always held a title of chief or priest.
So all these to the bottom of the screen, you're saying all those with looks like they got armor or something on their backs there, could be tools or spear or what have you.
Right.
Those are the black people right there.
Yeah. Yes. And they mix with, because they found a cemetery and they got Africans buried with Taino women. So that shows you they were intermarrying, you know, until when they have the lighter Indian or Asian or Taino. A lot of them mixed also with the European. Because you know the European used to sleep with everybody.
Yes, yes, yes. Ah, there we go. That's a close-up picture of the first image you showed me.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because the first image, they were a bit light skinned, so someone might say, oh.
Yeah.
Although you did identify that they were mixed as well.
Mixed people.
Yeah. But that one looks brilliant. So those you say are Africans who are chasing away these Caucasians there?
Yeah, the Vikings. Some people say they're the Vikings.
Okay. And you can see they even bond them with rope. I mean, with fetters, really.
So you can see that we were there long before Columbus and all them people there. But the thing is, where did we come from? And the whole thing is, most of us are not remnants of these people. Because in this book I'm going to go into, I'll show you the amount, the people that died. And like I went into the the history of St. Lucia, showing how many of people in the census, how many Caribs there were. 47, then go down to 12 in 1942. No, sorry. Yes. 1742, I'm sorry.
Yes, I have the date there, 1742.
1742 dread. So if you come in and tell me something different, come with your evidence.
True.
You know, don't just talk from emotion and get vexed and yeah, you're right. Because you feel it, you're right. That is why I tell you, he had to run. When you see me, I had to run him. That is why I leave Ethiopian World Federation. Because you can't tell me, the man say, Marcus Garvey, Indian on that man. And no, but I call a meeting, like, and I call it. Right. So you there still?
Yeah, I just want to. I'm starting to remove the screen share to see if the thing will free up, but it seems to free up already. I think.
I want to name that big.
All right, you can hear me now. Yeah, so you are saying now, in regards to that's why you don't really subscribe to the AWF again.
Yeah, that's why I left Ethiopian World Federation. All right.
Because of those arguments, seeing whether we are indigenous or African.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, in essence, just like the religion, we can say this struggle between whichever one we want to gravitate to as Black people, this has also caused a division among the race itself, this indigenous and this African thing.
Of, of course, because going back to Africa is not only a, a need for us to survive in the world, because we must face it in St. Lucia, we don't have resources. So the government is trying to turn the people into slaves in tourism. We have to face the portion we were dealt by history. We cannot run from that. How are we to survive if not to be beggars?
Well,
You know?
most of the indigenous folk will tell you, well, they would go back to creation, implying that they would probably go back in the hills and
No, that's foolishness because the Taino didn't even used to stay on one island. They used to go through different islands. They used to go island hopping to different islands.
oh, that's like the
It's not,
people in the Moana cartoon, right?
yeah, because I mean, it was just like a highway.
Mm.
But right now, it's not a highway. We've been trying. We tried with the Federation. We tried with CARICOM, but it's not working. Up to now, so many countries are out of that. And now the pressure on from Trump to divide us again. You know?
Mm.
Because remember, just recently, we were split on the decision on Venezuela. And those who sided with Trump and the faithful few
That
who
that stayed with,
stood
yeah.
true with the revolution, because the revolution is not over. Because the Europeans stole continents, and up to now, people are not free. Their religion has been taboo. So the healing we need, you can only find it in African philosophy. You can only find the resources you want in Africa. It's going back to yourself. You know? And whether or not you want to see it like that, Africa is the birthplace of humanity. Africa gave the world civilization. You know? And it's like a secret. They tell you the biggest secret is the black man's history. You know? And that's what keeps us asleep.
Yeah, because I
So
just find it fascinating that seeing we do not have, I can say, like anyone to really teach us the African spirituality directly. You can see a lot of us here in the Caribbean gravitating towards such spiritual principles and such spiritual systems. So that's showing you that link that is there within us.
yeah, I'll
Yeah.
tell you something. When the Caribbean people wake up to their calling again, that will be when the whole world changes. Because let's not forget, it was, let me pull up his picture, Wilmot Edward Blyden. It was Wilmot Edward Blyden. As you can see, that's him. Wilmot Edward Blyden from the Caribbean, who went into Africa and he published the first Pan-African book in Africa, The Negro. He who influenced Danquah and Hayford, and they also inspired Nkrumah. And Nkrumah,
Kwame Nkrumah.
yes, and he of course also was a Gaviite, you know. So we have Marcus Garvey again from the Caribbean. Okay. Let me see what else. This is Antonov Firmin from Haiti, the first, considered the first black archaeologist from Haiti. born early 19th century. Sorry, that's not. Yeah, this one is just a coin. As you can see, the name.
A coin of Haiti, really? Yeah. Republic
See
of
the name.
Haiti.
Macandel, who was from West Africa. They say he lost his arm in a sugar grinder, cane sugar grinder. Okay. This is Martin Delaney, he was also a Mason, following the steps of Prince Hall.
Prince Hall, yep.
Who was from some say Barbados. Set up the first Masonic temple. So this is Martin Delaney, who went out into Liberia. He was looking for a place for Africans to repatriate.
And did Delaney set this up in the Americas, right? Along.
Well, yes, he was an officer, one of the best officers. He got a position that he was the first black person to have in the military. But he was on a search for, he was like a leader, and he was seeking to repatriate. To show you how we wanted to go back home. How long? That's Menelik the second. His Majesty came after his daughter and was the one who, you could say, unified. Some would say in some really unified.
This term and why. Okay.
Melanated empire.